So today we're going to provide you with some summer indoor learning activities. We're going to also look at the outdoor fun in the sun activities that we have. We're going to go over sensory exploration. We'll also provide you with summer community events that are happening in your area. We have a lot going on this summer, so we want to make sure everyone's aware of what's in your area. We will provide you with the EI summer duration schedule. And then lastly, we'll go over summer communication activities with you. And before we go any further, I just thought we'd take a second to introduce the team so that you know who everyone is. My name is Shanna Cook, and I'm the Lawrence County Preschool Coordinator. And then we'll have our coordinators go, and we'll have our supervisors say hello, and then we have our speech therapist with us as well. So go ahead, Nikki. Why don't you go next?
Hi, I'm Nikki Allen. I'm a service coordinator with the IU4 also, and I'm primarily with Mercer County.
Hi, I'm Paige Buck. I am actually one of the newer early intervention coordinators, and I primarily work with Butler County.
Hi, my name is Tracy Bordelon, and I'm one of the supervisors for early intervention, and I primarily oversee Butler County.
Hello, my name's Crystal Horan. I'm one of the supervisors as well, and I cover Lawrence County.
Hi, and I'm Melanie Marshall. I'm a speech therapist here in the early intervention program.
Okay, thanks everyone. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how quick summer is approaching. And if you're anything like us and you're on the hunt for creative, screen-free indoor activities for kids, today we're going to help you out with that. I'm going to share with you 10 indoor activities that are designed to keep kids physically active while working towards important developmental milestones at the same time. We know that long summers with too much downtime can be a challenge for both our kids and especially for us as parents. So having a plan for indoor activities is a win-win for everyone. So let's take a look at a couple of our first ideas. The first one is an indoor obstacle course. Courses enhance physical development, working on coordination, balance, and strength. They also help provide cognitive and problem-solving skills. And you can do these obstacle courses very easily using pillows, chairs, tape, simple things that you have around your house. It's going to promote that active play and enhance their motor enhancing skills and their language skills as well. And the link that we have, and Tracy, you don't have to click on this link, but the link includes instructions for playing the Floor is Lava game. If you've never played it, it's a fun way to put together an obstacle course. You pretend like the floor is hot lava and the kids have to avoid it by stepping on the pillows or toys that you've set up. So a really fun way to get them up and moving and teaching them how to follow those skills to get through an obstacle course. So that's one of our first fun ideas to try. Then we have our story time with puppets. Using store-bought or homemade puppets during story time enhances engagement. It develops social skills and it supports language development. It encourages children to feel free to communicate thoughts and feelings openly. Especially with those homemade puppets, it really helps foster their creativity. And the link that we have there again, and again, you don't need to click on it, Tracy, but it provides you with a number of ideas on how to create those in-home puppets using really simple things like socks, paper bags, using your fingers, making little finger puppets. So a lot of great ideas that you can use while having story time. And then next up is one of my favorite things to try with the kiddos is the baking time, baking fun. You want to get them involved by using just simple recipes, bringing them in the kitchen. Cooking with your preschoolers fosters healthy eating habits, improves fine motor skills, and it, of course, boosts their confidence through that hands-on learning. It acts as a fun educational activity that teaches basic math, science, literacy, while strengthening family bonds and encouraging adventurous eating. We know at this age, kids can be so picky. So if you can bring them into the kitchen, get them involved, they'll really feel more invested. It might really help improve their chances of trying new foods. So it's something that's really worth trying with our preschoolers. Then we have sticker art. This is a lot of fun, whether you're buying store-bought or you make your own stickers. Using the stickers really helps benefit their fine motor skills, their hand-eye coordination, and creativity. When they're peeling and sticking those stickers, it strengthens their pencil grasps, which is necessary for writing. It improves their spatial awareness, and it of course, boosts their creative expression. And Tracy, if you want to click on that one with the stickers, what's great about this site, it provides you hundreds of free stickers. If you happen to have the sticker sheets that you can print on your printer, you can use those. If not, you can still print these out, cut them out, use glue, tape, and you can use these when you're working on projects. If you're using those incentive charts to help introduce potty training, that can be really helpful. You'd be shocked at how motivated you can get your kids by just using a sticker. So this is a great site for some free ones, and you'll have a wealth of stickers at hand. And next up are our dance parties. Aside from them just being so much fun for everybody involved, they of course are significant benefits for improving motor skills, balance, and coordination. Dance parties are a great way to encourage children to be creative and boost their confidence. If you have never logged on to or been exposed to Kids Bop, it is a great site where kids are singing modern songs, but it's in the kids' voices, which really encourages them to participate, get you up and moving. Tracy, you have to click on this one because it's fun to watch even for a few minutes. Oh, sound's not working. Tracy, I wonder if it's because you're on mute. Would that be it, maybe?
Well, maybe. Hold on. I'm over here just dancing.
I don't know.
Can you hear it?
No. Well, take.
And that. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It worked when we tried it, but trust me, it is fun. It will work for you when you click on it. It should work for you when you click on your side. Lots of great modern songs that kids are singing and providing that'll get your kids up and moving, guaranteed. Then lastly, we have on this slide our sensory bins. They're creative, and they also help provide your kiddos with a very calming, therapeutic, and creative activity. It reduces their stress, improves their concentration, and it supports independent play. Again, you're using everyday household items. You don't have to spend a fortune. You can use those plastic toys that you have around the house, seasonal decorations, dry rice, pasta, oatmeal, beans, sand, water. You can customize your bins to encourage discussion about emotions or even highlight the holidays. So just use your imagination. It's a nice way to, it's a calming activity. So if that's something you're looking for, the sensory bins are very helpful with that. Last slide provides 4 more activities for you. The link below will give you some step-by-steps on how to participate in each one. We have the scavenger hunts, which provide problem-solving, curiosity, and teamwork. We have our Play-Doh activities, which strengthen hand muscles and boosts creativity. And then we have our forts, which foster engineering skills, problem solving, and social collaboration. I can't tell you how many hours we spent building and playing in forts. Every weekend our house was Fort City. So if you came to our house, you had to spend time in the forts. Lots of fun. Kids will love it. And the last one is that balloon volleyball. It provides low impact exercise, improving your child's motor skills, coordination, and social interaction. I mean, how can you beat it? One balloon, and it provides hours of fun. So lots of fun. All of the activities that I went over very quickly have links to them. So just link on them. They'll give you instructions. They can also be adapted for any age. So if you have older or younger siblings, bring them in. It'll just add to the family fun. And just to reiterate what we were talking about, we of course know that these things are going to be beneficial for our kiddos, but for us as parents, we're going to really win with these as well, because it's going to help reduce our stress from having to plan out things on those boring days. It's going to increase our opportunities for bonding with our kids. It will decrease that screen time that we're all working on. So they're all things that you can help. Give a few of these a try. If you need any help accessing the websites or gathering materials, please just reach out to the coordinators. Again, at the end of the presentation, you'll have our contact information. Don't hesitate, reach out, give us a call. We'd be excited to hear how some of these activities are going with you. So next up, we're going to have Paige Buck, who's going to present and talk to you a little bit about some 10 fun outdoor summer activities to do.
Yes. So hopefully now that we are approaching summertime, we see these nicer days more so than the rainy ones. So just a couple of ideas of outdoor summer activities. The first one is a nature scavenger hunt. I've actually done this. I was a kindergarten teacher at one time, and I did this every year with my class, and they just absolutely loved it. So turning a simple walk into an adventure by giving kids a list of items to find, like leaves, rocks, or bugs. This builds observation skills, vocabulary, and early science curiosity. Visiting a local playground is also wonderful, especially if you get a chance to take your little one to the elementary school that they'll be attending and familiarizing them just with that area that they'll be exposed to come kindergarten. Playgrounds help children develop gross motor skills like climbing, balancing, and jumping. And it's also an excellent way for them to socialize with peers and make friends. Splash pad or water play is another wonderful one. Water play is a perfect way for sensory exploration and staying active on those hot days that we're hoping to have. Kids can experiment with pouring, splashing, and movement while cooling off. Easy hiking or nature walks. You know, in Butler County, we have a lot of great access to places like McConnell's Mills. So short, easy trails introduce kids to nature while building endurance and listening skills. Along the way, they can learn about plants, animals, and their environment. I also attached a link. You don't have to, you can click it actually, Tracy. It should just take us right there. But that's a really great website to find a local trail that is next to your home. Outdoor story time. Again, this was something that I did when I was a teacher on those nice days. Just an easy, simple way to get outside with kids and reduce that screen time. So outdoor story times combine literacy with fresh air and movement. Kids build listening comprehension, vocabulary, and early reading interest. And then we have backyard camping. I remember even doing this as a little one. It was one of my favorite things to do. So backyard camping really encourages imagination, storytelling, and independence in a safe environment. You don't have to click that link, Tracy, but that link just kind of provides some ways to just different things you can do if you decide to do this with your little ones at home. Visiting a zoo or farm where we're at. We're lucky enough to be by places like Living Treasures and even the Pittsburgh Zoo. So seeing animals up close help kids learn about habitats, care, and differences between species. These experiences spark questions and build early science knowledge. There's also a link that I attached to see if you can find one close to your house. And then sidewalk chalk and outdoor art. Outdoor art encourages creativity while strengthening fine motor skills needed for writing. And then that link is just some ideas of some chalk art that you can do at home. And then the last two I'm going to go over, bike or scooter practice. Riding bikes or scooters improves balance, coordination, and spatial awareness. It also builds confidence as kids practice new physical skills. And then visiting a local park to have a picnic is really fun. It offers a simple way to enjoy nature while practicing routines like eating, cleaning up, and sharing, which is definitely important before going to kindergarten and eating lunch independently. And then I also wanted to do a slide on the importance of socialization the summer before kindergarten. Socialization in the summer before kindergarten helps preschoolers build the confidence that they need to enter a new school environment through play. They practice skills like sharing, taking turns, listening, and following directions. Interacting with other children also builds communication skills, including expressing needs and understanding others' feelings. These experiences support emotional regulation, helping children manage big feelings and transitions more smoothly. We are actually going to go over some summer activities that are going to be going on in Butler, Mercer, and Lawrence County towards the end of our presentation. So we'll go over that in a bit as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Nikki Allen, and I'm going to talk a little bit about sensory play and how that benefits your child. So enhanced learning with sensory play, you provide your child with learning experiences that support their overall development. These activities don't just keep toddlers and preschoolers engaged. They build their cognitive, communication, physical, and emotional skills. You can start with a few of the simple ideas and watch as your child explores, discovers, and learns through the power of all of their senses. You go ahead to the next slide, Tracy. Thank you. How does sensory play help with development? Research shows that sensory play has a direct effect on the development of the neural pathways in our brains. So during your child's early years of development, when their brains grow faster than at any other point in their life, sensory experiences build and establish the cognitive pathways that enable us to learn. This includes thinking critically, communicating with others. It also promotes body and spatial awareness around them, and balance and hand-eye coordination. So it does a lot of things that brain development. Sensory helps with so many different neural pathways and makes those connections for your child. And we'll move on to the different types of sensory play that you can work on with your child. Sensory play is activities that stimulates at least one of your child's senses. And this is a list of the 7 senses that sensory play involves, which is this could be hearing, sight, touch, smell, taste. It also includes play that involves movement and balance. So you can see on here, they have tactile, which is touch, and that's activities that involve textures like Play-Doh, sand, and water. Auditory is hearing, and that's exploring sounds through musical instruments or listening to nature. And then olfactory, which is the smell, engaging with sense through activities such as sniffing flowers, I'm not even going to try to say it. Spices, there we go. And a lot of people use like lavender and things to calm their children. So that's another way. And then we've got taste, and then sight, engaging with colors, shapes, and patterns. And then vestibular, which is balance and movement. So that's your child when they're jumping, kicking, spinning, swinging. And you see a lot of kids that when they're swinging or spinning, it really helps calm them. And then body awareness. That's activities that involve lifting, pulling, or pushing. You'll hear people saying like, that heavy pushing or heavy lifting helps some children. It helps calm them. That's that body awareness. Sensory play at home. Creating a sensory rich environment at home doesn't require expensive materials. here's how you can engage all the senses. And then on here it gives a list of, once again, the touch, the smell, and the different things that you can do to give you some ideas, like balance, use platforms like seesaw or small trampoline, sight, offer bright colors, toys, shadow games, mirror interaction. They do that a lot with communication, having, you know, the child look in the mirror at how their mouth is moving. Sound, creating instruments, so that would be like making your own maracas. Touch, sand exploration. A lot of people use the textile sand. So many different ideas that you can use for sensory play at home. Go ahead, the next one, Tracy. Thanks. Sensory processing needs. Sensory calming activities provide sensory input and help to meet your child's sensory processing needs. Below are some of the sensory benefits. And this is what I was saying about like that heavy lifting and pushing. That's one of those things that calm, you know, your child. So here's the benefits. Sensory activities can calm your child, make them less fidgety, help with self-regulation, reduce their stress and anxiety, helps them feel less restless, less frustrated, and a big thing, can help assist in preventing meltdowns, which unfortunately, when the kids get overregulated, sometimes you see then a lot of those meltdowns happen. So going to one of these sensory activities might be a great way if you know that you're going to do something that your child's not going to want to do, to try to prevent one of those meltdowns. Maybe try one of these sensory activities. Here's a list of some sensory calming activities. Sensory calming activities provide sensory input and helps to meet your child's sensory processing needs. They can help your child to become calm, like I had said earlier, self-regulated, less fidgety. These sensory calming activities can also reduce your child's stress and anxiety, help them feel less frustrated, less angry. That may even be able to help them, you know, look forward to things, just getting them in that calm space. So think about maybe going for a walk, using fidgets, listening to calm music, do some yoga. So get up and do a little activity with them, sing ABCs. One of those kaleidoscopes for kids that you know, enjoy that visual stimulation. Ask for a hug. Sometimes those kids want that, you know, physical activity, that pushing on them. That hug can help. Chewy foods can help. So think about like licorice or anything that's given them that sensory input in their mouth. Like a chew toy can also be used. Hum or sing a song. For some, that humming, for some reason, that vibration, it gives them sensory input and can help them. Use a weighted animal, or some people have the weighted blankets. Or wear noise reduction headphones or earmuffs for those kids that are overstimulated by a lot of sound around them. That can be a great help if they can handle having, you know, that pressure on their ears of wearing the headphones. And sometimes it's a lot for them to get used to, but maybe have them see if you can get them to keep them on for a minute and try to work up that time. And here's a list of top sensory activities that I have listed. The sensory bins or tables, like outside in the summer, you might have a sensory table, or like somewhere where you would normally put sand. You can fill that with water and all kinds of toys for them to explore. With rice, you can color the rice, Play-Doh and clay. Homemade, store-bought, whatever you like. But I also included on here, there's a link for edible Play-Doh. So for those little ones that, you know, are constantly, they want that everything to go to their mouth. There's several recipes on there for that. So I thought that was a good one. Messy Play and Slime. One of my favorite is the cornstarch and water, where you pick it up and then all of a sudden it goes to liquid. Shave cream art, or mud with chocolate pudding for that tactile, using their hands exploration. I included a link on here for the edible slime. Once again, you have those kids that they're putting everything in their mouth. That edible slime is a really good thing to try. Finger painting. A lot of these have more ideas of what to do with the shaving cream, to get out a tray, have them draw in it. You could do your ABCs. You could have the tray with the shaving cream and the little magnetic alphabet letters. You could hide them in there and have them pull out their alphabet A, B, C, D in order. Mud Kitchen, provide pots, pans, and utensils for children to make recipes with their dirt water. That's great for summertime. Finger painting, water and foam play for that hand soap, that foam hand soap. That's a great way for them to be able to play in that. And then the kinetic sand. All the kids love that moldable kinetic sand. And I actually found a recipe for that. So that's great because I buy it for my grandkids a lot. It's expensive. So there's actually quite a few recipes online for that kinetic sand. And it's only 3 or 4 ingredients. So it's great for anybody at home. Outdoor sensory. We have, once again, the nature scavenger hunt that Paige had talked about before. This just gives like some more ideas, like for, the feels, the smooth stone, the bark, colorful leaves. So that's bringing those sensory experiences along with it. A sound walk, walking quietly and having them identify different sounds. So that way they're concentrating on the sensory experience of sound. The barefoot walk, create a path with different safe textures so that they're getting that sensory input through their feet and feeling the different textures. Puddle jumping after a rain. Kids love to play outside and get dirty. That's a great way to get some sensory input. And then cloud gazing. So lie on the grass and watch the clouds and look for different shapes. That's always fun for kids when they're little to enjoy. And then Paige is going to go over here some summer events in Butler County.
Yeah, so there was actually a ton of different events that I was able to find online, but these are just a couple of them. Another really great resource to follow on Facebook is the Butler County Library. They're always posting things that are coming up over the summer. So one of the first events that I found was Cranberry Township Concerts in the Park. I also included their website with more of the details and the address and everything. So they offer free evening concerts where kids can dance, play on the lawn, and enjoy music. And it's all for free. And those start at 7 o'clock. They also have Cranberry Township movies in the park. And I also listed the dates and what movies that they are playing. The movies are free. They start at 9 o'clock. And I know they also have a concession stand there as well for families. Nature camps at Suckup Nature Park in Butler or Sarver. Again, the website is linked below for more information on this, but they offer various weeks throughout the summer. Nature camp for kids entering kindergarten, and they also provide nature walks, crafts, and science activities. I also found a bunch of different events going on at Jennings Environmental Education Center. They offer a summer camp, and this year's theme is Creepy, Crawly, Cool. Down below is the website that has more information on this, but they have a ton of different dates. So June 16th, June 23rd, July 7th, July 14th, August 4th, and August 11th. This goes on for 2 hours. between 10 and 12 o'clock. You can register online or by calling the phone number that I provided below. And the theme is, like I said, the creepy crawly pool. So the kiddos learn more about misunderstood plants and animals that often have a bad reputation and are disliked by people. However, they get to find out some of the cool traits that they have and why they are so important. So just a couple of those. And again, everything is linked. And like I said earlier, Facebook groups are a really wonderful way to find out more events that are going on in Butler County this summer.
Okay, so we have Lawrence County up. And again, there were loads and loads of activities going on in Lawrence County. These are just a few. The Hoyt Center in Newcastle, they're having a summer art camp. Their theme is Sea to Shining Sea. It's July 7th to August 7th. The theme is, again, Sea to Shining Sea. It's celebrating America's 250th anniversary through art, science, and history. And the website's there. You can log on to get more details on that. It is Tuesdays through Fridays, morning, afternoon, or full day sessions are available. So you'll have your choice. Ages, the programs are tiered by difficulty for different age groups. So they start from 3 through 5. So a nice variety of ages there for you. The Newcastle Library had tons of things going on. They had Jurassic Park Wanderings Tuesday, June 2nd, Library Exploration Outdoors Thursday, June 4th, Tote Bag Painting Tuesday, June 16th, and then Dinosaur Science Adventure on Tuesday, June 23rd. And they had a ton more. This was just a few that were coming up in June that I wanted you to be aware of. Elwood City Arts, Crafts, and Food Festival is being held July 3rd through the 5th. They have a kids' corner on all of those days where they'll have face painting, the Little Miss Firecracker pageant, and a massive fireworks finale on July 5th. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Pearson Park, Neshannock. I wanted to give you a list of their movies. They actually are working on it as we speak. They haven't approved everything yet, so they didn't have it out when I was creating this, but they have a local movies in the park as well at the swimming pool area, which serves the community. It's a hub during that heat of the summer, and there's their website. I'm sure within the next few days, maybe this week or next, they'll have a list of those movies for you. And then the Lawrence County Kids Events website. Tracy, are you able to scroll down a little bit on that? I don't know if that scrolls. It's a little bit, it's a comprehensive website where you can go on there. And what I love about this site, it's on Facebook. It basically takes all of the above activities. It actually combines all activities in Lawrence County in one site. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. You can go on that Lawrence County Kids Events website on Facebook and you will see activities everywhere. So it gives you links, telephone numbers, locations, details of tons more activities. So a lot going on in Lawrence County for you this summer.
Okay, I'm going to go over some of the Mercer County summer events that I found. Buell Park program. You can see on here they have swim lessons and a summer camp for the kids, and that is for children ages 3 and up. If you click on you see on there all programs at Buell Park, click here. That's their website. It gives a bunch of different programs, but it shows like all the different ages, the times for Buell Park, for swimming events and for the summer camp. It shows the different times. The swim lessons start June 17th and go through August 5th. And that's for ages 3 and up. And then summer camp is from June 8th through July 17th, and that's Monday through Friday, 9 to 3. Children's Center of Mercer County Summer Camp, that's through the Children's Center. They have a lot of different other things if you want to go onto their website when you have time to look around, if you're interested in anything for Mercer County. And that is from June 8th through August 14th, Monday through Friday. And I had actually talked to them there, and it is limited availability. So if you do have interest in Mercer County Summer Camp, I would encourage you to check that out soon and see about getting on the list. Hermitage Arts Festival, that's just something fun for the family to go to. I listed the time, it's July 26th and 27th. From noon until 9 at night, and they have a lot of things for the family to enjoy, which includes inflatables and a circus show and children's activities and food. And along those same lines, I also put on here Grove City Strawberry Days Festival. I used to take my kids to that when they were little. There's a lot of things for kids to do, all different kinds of strawberry food, strawberry ice cream. It's just an enjoyable day or weekend, actually, June 12th, 13th, and 14th. And then for the Greenville area, we have the public library. I thought this was really neat. Pause to Read. So it's reading events at the library for your preschoolers. And they're going to have therapy dogs come in and enjoy while the children are reading their stories. And that way they can enjoy having a little bit of dog therapy while they're having fun with their family and friends there. And then Mercer County Public Library preschool summer story time. They have a story time also, and that's from June 25th through and July 23rd from 10 to 11:30. I did put links for all of these on here. So if you want more information, if you want to look and see what else they offer for summer, there's a lot more events and summer programs that you can look at on each one of these. And then if you have any questions about anything, you can reach out to us. And then Shanna, you're going to talk about summer duration. Go ahead.
Yeah, I will. Just heading into summer, we just wanted to remind you that if your kiddos are in our program, they're eligible to receive services through September 1st. So we offer what we call summer duration. We do a week in June, a week in July, and a week in August that your children can attend our sessions. So for June, it's June 22nd through the 26th. July is July 20th through the 24th. August 17th through the 21st. And we always remind you that if your school is planning activities for your kiddos in the summer to attend to familiarize them more with the school, we always encourage you to attend those first. They're the most important. But then if there's any time remaining, your children are, of course, welcome to come back and join our duration and have some fun in the summer.
Here is some great resources a couple of our speech therapists provided for us for summer communication activities. The first one is a one sheet, and our one speech therapist, Meredith Elkin, provided us this, and it just gives a bunch of activities for the summer to work on speech and speech sounds, and it just gives you some ideas. Ice cream shop and pretend play, and then she goes through to say how to encourage them to use their voice and talk. Sidewalk chalk stories, water play mystery. So and then a summer scavenger hunt also, but working on that communication piece. So she provided that for everybody. So if you want to continue working on their communication, that's a great thing to look at. And then another speech therapist, Amy Hahn, she provided this amazing activity sheets. There are, I think, 30 something on there. There's so many. And it gives you ideas to work on with them every single day. And then it gives you ideas on how to work on those speech sounds. And I thought this one was amazing. So if you want to work on those speech sounds when they're home this summer, pull up one of these, and it tells you exactly what to see. If you could stop on there, one of those, Tracy. It gives you what you're working on, the concepts, the speech sounds, like the different speech sounds and how to work on that. So every single day there's a different one, which I think is amazing. So you could even go through and just pick out the ones that your child is interested in, and how you can, try to get them involved on working on that, continuing to work on that speech. And then we have another one of our speech therapists, Melanie Marshall. She's here with us today. And Melanie's going to stick around to the end in case anybody has any questions about communication and working with their child this summer. Melanie's gracious enough to stay on and answer any questions you may have. And then this is just our contacts. This is us here, the one, are the coordinators, myself, Shanna, and Paige. That's our emails. So please, at any time, feel free to reach out to us. If you are looking for any more resources, if you have any questions, we're always here to help with anything that you need. And then next we have the contacts of our supervisor. Tracy Bordelon is on here. We also have Jessica Nemeth. She primarily handles Mercer County as a supervisor. And then Crystal Horan's also on, and her email address is on there. So also for them, if you need anything, you can reach out to any of us, whether it be a coordinator or a supervisor. We're always happy to help with whatever we can.